Here you will have free English, French, and job videos to increase your skills. And to immigrate to Canada, every day you will have videos with grammar rules, articles, exercises and tips for you to use during your busy day. And as you have them, you can improve your English, French and your job searching skills. By enrolling with us, you can have more explanations, examples and exercises to prepare yourself for international exams required to immigrate to Canada. You will have templates and tips for your job searching. By taking all this, you will increase your chances to nicely settle in Canada. Check our website link in the description below of this video. You will have these videos in a partnership with Canada's Smart Mind. Subscribe yourself to receive every video. You want to understand and to be understood, but sometimes it is not that easy. That is why you have to learn the 3 basic elements of communication: how to work with the executor, the action, and the receiver, and that is what you are going to have here. You are going to see 1. A grammar rule, to know how to say your things. 2. A text, to improve your pronunciation. 3. An exercise, to consolidate your knowledge. You will learn how to speak and listen to English and French. You will have free videos of English and French and how to settle, especially in Canada. That is why it's very important to click on the bell icon to receive the latest videos and to subscribe to us to promote our channel. Do you want to get rid of your language concerns? Here you improve your 4 skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking to get a higher score on international tests, to improve your career abilities, and to immigrate to Canada or any other English or French-speaking country. Pay close attention to this video to find out how. 1. Grammar rule explanation.
Pronunciation fact. Frequently asked questions and answers about pronunciation for English learners. What is the IPA, and what does it stand for? IPA stands for International Phonetic Alphabet. It is useful for teaching and learning English. The word phonetic relates to the sounds, pronunciation, of speech. The IPA chart uses symbols to represent the different sounds. Some of the symbols are from the Greek and Latin alphabet. When you check a word in most British dictionaries, you can look at the pronunciation of the combined consonants and vowels by checking the symbols. For example, the pronunciation for the word code is written as kissed. You need to be familiar with the IPA chart to understand the pronunciation. Many modern American dictionaries do not follow the IPA, but offer pronunciation tips using the English Roman alphabet. Who invented the IPA? The IPA was invented by an organization under the same abbreviation. The International Phonetic Association was formed in Paris in 1886. It consisted of a group of language teachers who were looking for a way to teach the pronunciation of foreign languages. They wanted to create a universal alphabet to represent all of the sounds that could be made in all languages. Who uses the IPA? Foreign language teachers and students use the IPA. Others who use the IPA include speech pathologists, linguists, singers, actors, therapists and translators. What is the difference between a short and a long vowel? English vowels, A, E, I, O, U, can be pronounced with different lengths and sounds. The difference between short and long vowels has to do with the placement of the tongue and the position of the vowel in a word. Teachers often remind students that long vowels usually say their names. Is pronunciation important? Speaking clearly is important in order to maximize communication. Having an accent that is the same as another person is not important unless it is required for a specific job. Many students have an unrealistic goal to speak native English. Only native speakers can speak native English. Even then, there are numerous dialects and accents, and every English speaker has a unique voice. The goal should always be to speak in a clear way in order to be understood. How can I type out the IPA phonetic symbols? The website ipa.typeit.org has a handy keyboard for typing out the phonetic symbols. Be aware that you need to use a Unicode font in your document, email or web page, otherwise the phonemic symbols may not appear correctly. What is the difference between voiced and unvoiced? Voiceless. In English speech, consonant sounds can be classified as voiced or voiceless. Voiced sounds are those in which the vocal cords vibrate. Unvoiced sounds do not create a vibration. You can feel the vibration by holding a finger to your upper neck as you speak. For example, the first sound in pan is voiceless and in ban it is voiced. What are the slashes used for in pronunciation transcription? Single phonemes are placed between slashes. For example, P. Why doesn't my dictionary use the IPA? Not all dictionaries use the IPA because it does require a bit of work to learn the symbols. Some dictionaries try to make it easier by using normal English letters that are commonly associated with sounds. American dictionaries typically do this. However, by trying to simplify the system, it is no longer a universal notation. Should I study British or American pronunciation? British and American pronunciation are very distinct. Even within the UK. And what are the square brackets used for in pronunciation transcription? Square brackets are used to write phonetic transcriptions. For example, the word cat is transcribed as keet. It uses the short vowel sound a. What are angle brackets used for in pronunciation transcription? Angle brackets are sometimes used to write out a full word when it is being referenced in a pronunciation explanation. In America or Canada or Australia, there are various accents. It is more important that you can understand the various accents when listening to them rather than trying to replicate a certain one when speaking. If you are unable to travel, expose yourself to a variety of accents via television, radio, and internet in order to maximize communication skills in English. What is the ASCII phonetic alphabet? ASCII is the American Standard Code for Information Interchange, typically the standard letters and characters that we see on most computer keyboards. Some people prefer to use the basic buttons on a keyboard to easily transcribe all of the IPA symbols and diacritics. Various efforts have been made to create alternatives to the IPA for the purposes of indicating pronunciation via a computer keyboard.
Now, here is the grammar rule that you can use while you are talking. Remember, you got to have the grammar rules, the pronunciation, and the vocabulary to sustain your conversation. I wish I could say some nice words and cool you down, but here is the thing, you have to go deep into your practice to develop your skills to talk. We post here the basics of grammar, pronunciation, and vocabulary. So hit the subscribe button and bell icon to receive the other videos and increase your ability to speak. Also, contact us to see how easy and cheap it is to enroll in our teaching program, where you can have videos, exercises, and books to support your work and to increase your performance. And share this video with your friends and help them out too. Text, script, and the audio file.
Swiss researchers say they have completed the most detailed virtual reality map of the universe ever created. The map permits users to travel through space and time, the researchers said in a recent statement. It can be imagined as a kind of Google Earth, but for the universe. The map was created by a team at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Lausanne. With the help of VR headsets, users can visit places in the universe virtually. This includes the International Space Station, the Moon, Saturn, and faraway exoplanets. The software program is called the Virtual Reality Universe Project, or VIRUP. The researchers said they combined the largest data set of information about the universe to create the three-dimensional experience. People can see the virtual universe through VR equipment or with 3D glasses in a theater. A personal computer can also be used to see the universe in a non-3D way. Jean-Paul Kneipp is the director of EPFL's Astrophysics Laboratory. He told the Associated Press one of the best parts of the project was putting together parts of the dataset into one framework. You can see the universe at different scales, nearby us, around the Earth, around the solar system, at the Milky Way level, Kneipp said. To see through the universe and time up to the beginning, what we call the Big Bang. Many scientists believe the Big Bang is the explosion that created the universe. VIREP produces images that can appear as close as 1 meter or seemingly at an infinite distance. It is available to everyone for free, but does require at least a computer and is best experienced with VR equipment that can also show 3D images. It aims to get many kinds of visitors. This includes both scientists looking to get a virtual picture of the data they collect and people seeking a new way to explore the universe. The software has been released in its first or beta version. This version can run on personal computers, but not Mac computers from Apple. Downloading the software and content can be difficult for less skilled computer users. Users seeking the best experience will also need a powerful computer with a lot of storage. There are different versions of the software. A smaller version is aimed at the public, and a larger one is meant for scientists or astronomy experts. The project combines information from 8 databases. It includes at least 4,500 known exoplanets, tens of millions of galaxies, and hundreds of millions of space objects. More than 1.5 billion light-producing objects from the Milky Way alone are included. The researchers expect to continually add data, meaning the virtual experience will keep getting better with time. Future databases could include space rocks called asteroids in our solar system or farther objects in our galaxy. Yves Riva is an astrophysicist with the EPFL who spoke to the AP about the effort. He called the system a very efficient way of visiting all the different scales that compose our universe. Riva added, "A very important part of this project is that it's a first step toward treating much larger data sets, which are coming." I'm Brian Lynn.
Remember to go to the description and check the links for Canadian companies searching for employees outside of Canada. Also, you have a link for our contact in the description. Since you only can count on yourself, make your inscription and hit the like and the bell icons to receive our latest videos. 3. Exercise explanation. Quiz. New map of the universe lets users travel through space and time. What kind of equipment can be used to experience the map? VR headset, 3D glasses, personal computer, all of the above. Correct, all of the above. What did the researchers say they used to create the virtual reality universe project? A data set made from satellite images of the universe, data collected by NASA's Hubble Space Telescope, the largest data set of information about the universe, data observed by European-based telescope systems. Correct, the largest data set of information about the universe. Why were 2 different versions of the software developed? One was designed for Windows computers, and the other is for Mac systems. One is aimed at the public, and the other is meant for scientists. 2 versions were needed to include all data collected on the universe. One version was released publicly, and the other remains private. Correct, one is aimed at the public, and the other is meant for scientists. What is one element the researchers could include in future map databases? Asteroids, meteoroids, comets, none of the above. Correct, Asteroids. Words in this story. Virtual reality, VR, a set of images and sounds produced by a computer to represent a real place or situation. Headset, a device worn on the head that permits the use to see and hear computer images. Exoplanet, a planet that orbits a star outside our solar system. Three-dimensional, 3D, having or appearing to have length, depth and height. Framework, a set of ideas or facts that provide support for something. Scale, the size or level of something. Infinite, extremely large or great. Efficient, working well and not wasting time or energy. Compose, to be the parts that something consists of. Tell us your questions and pretty soon, you will see what we have to say. Leave your comments about this video, and we will know what you like and what we can do to better help you. Thank you for watching this video, and be sure that we will be with you in this journey to turn your dreams into reality. Keep up there and write your story. I'll see you at the next one. Bye for now.